Okay, here, I'm navigating here live 9 hours ago. All right, good. This looks like it. Now let's go to 35 minutes, give or take.
Are saying all this. One last one for you, and then we'll move on. But President Trump has reacted to claims about him, or at least attempted claims about him, that Jeffrey Epstein was trying to advance years ago. Epstein was trying to smear Donald Trump, we now know, during his various elections. And there's an email here that was picked up by Viva Frei.
Yes.
You can see it here. And Viva Frei summarizes it this way. He says, so Jeffrey Epstein was colluding with journalist Michael Wolff to obtain compromising Trump information from Epstein, which Epstein admitted they didn't even have. Michael Wolff, is that what you two were doing here? Strange bedfellow to have, Wolff, says Viva. And if you look at the highlighted text here, Epstein tells the writer Michael Wolff of Trump, quote, he never got a massage.
I'm going to pause it here. Ordinarily, I would blame that as being a typo. I spelt Wolf with one F on purpose because Wolf, nomen est omen, is a wolf. And they let that wolf into the hen house when they literally let him into the White House. That's freaking good. Come on, that is some awesome stuff. They let the wolf into the hen house by giving that guy access to the White House. I don't know what crimes Wolf could have committed. And I'm not going to pull a Lavrenta Barria, show me the man and I'll find you the crime. This feels crimey when you're colluding with a convicted pedophile to try to extort, coerce, or suborn blackmail material to be used against Trump. And this wasn't the first time that Michael Wolff did it. He did it with the other email also. Now would be a good time to come up with some anti-Trump stuff to garner some political favor just in case, Epstein. And he didn't even have it then. And I commented the same observation back then. But because I like hearing people, he's not even complimenting me, Vince, for my work, but I do appreciate when my insights are appreciated. Let's hear what Vince has to say, if anything else about me.
He never got a massage. In other words, he wasn't in on this sick game that Epstein was playing with children. No, that not Trump. He didn't. And that's pretty consistent, by the way, with what the victims have said about President Trump, what Ghislaine Maxwell told Todd Blanche recently. And now here's Epstein, as Michael Wolff is trying to dig up dirt on Trump, Epstein telling Michael Wolff, no, he didn't actually ever get a massage. Now, President Trump is not happy with Michael Wolff. He hasn't been for years. And he said this weekend, after he heard that revelation, it's probably time to sue him. Cut one. Watch this.
What did you think of the latest release of Epstein files? And do you think your critics will be satisfied with this release?
It looked like this guy Wolff, who's a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me.
I'm going to put it there. I'm going to operate just for my own ego that Trump saw my tweet somehow, and that I have had a positive impact on the world and this Trump administration.
And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, the radical left, that Wolff was a third-rate writer, was conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to hurt me, politically or otherwise.
This kind of sounds like exactly what we at this community have been saying, vivabarneslaw.locals.com, and I have been saying forever that, yeah, Trump, you might have been getting some bad advice as relates to the disclosure of the Epstein files, because nothing that has been disclosed to date has incriminated you, and it has only incriminated everybody. Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, who is a man who bones prostitutes, catches STDs, then spikes his wife's drink with antibiotics so that she doesn't get the STDs. Nothing that has been disclosed in any of this has embarrassed Trump. Maybe some people closer to him in his orbit, which could be understandable. But some of us have been saying from the very beginning that he's been getting bad advice about all of this and that it should have been disclosed back when Pan Bondi said there was nothing to disclose.
And that came through loud and clear. So,
by the way, after she said that, after having said it's on my desk and will be disclosed, after that unnecessary 180, he was getting bad advice on this. And I'm glad that he finally seems to have heard that call.
we'll probably sue Wolff on that.
I'd like to know what they're going to sue him for.
So we'll probably sue him. So yeah, so the email exonerates me of any wrongdoing once again. And Michael Wolff's attempts to smear me are very evident. So yeah, we're going to sue that guy.
Good. Sue him. And I'm sure there's a crime in there somewhere. And it wouldn't be one that would be too hard to find. It would not make up for the absence of deep state arrests, but my goodness, it would be fun to see some karma, some cosmic justice, and some actual justice against people who are vile, evil people. And Michael Wolff, I'm talking about you. You're welcome to come on the channel anytime. I think I've actually privately DM'd you to ask you to come on. If I haven't, I'll do it right now, but I'll do it publicly as well. Come on, Wolff. Explain to the world what the hell you were doing with Epstein in those emails. I dare you.